Unlocking your spiritual archetype, what your birthday number reveals. Have you ever stopped to wonder if the single day stamped on your birth certificate might hold a symbolic key to the person you're becoming? What follows is not a prophecy, but a simple, evocative lens, one that can help you notice patterns, name strengths, and choose one small practice to lean into. Over the next few minutes, you'll discover which of 8 spiritual archetypes corresponds to your birthday, and one immediate step you can take with that insight. If you're into self-discovery, hit subscribe to explore more tools like this. First, a quick note on how this works. Take the day of the month you were born, the number on the day, for example, 14 or 26. Each day maps into one of 8 archetype groups that repeat across the month. Think of this as a symbolic language, like a map that highlights terrain features of your inner life. It doesn't decide your fate, it simply offers words you might use to describe recurring strengths, common blind spots, and practical ways to grow. Read the description for the group your birthday falls into, notice what resonates, and try one short action we suggest. That's the whole practice. If that idea intrigues you, let's begin. Endurer, dates 1, 8, 15, 26. Endurers tend to carry a steady, furnace-like energy. They are resilient, ambitious, and focused on getting things done. They often show up in the face of difficulty and keep moving forward. Their strength is their ability to persist, to rebuild, and to turn pressure into progress. The common challenge for an endurer is knowing when rest is not a luxury but a strategy. The tendency to push through can leave inner resources frayed. A simple prompt: name one recent trial and one honest lesson it taught you, then schedule one small, non-productive rest period this week. If that steady drive sounds familiar, stay with me. Next up is a very different heart space. Empath soul, dates 2, 6, 16, 23. People in this group often operate with a wide emotional antenna. Empath souls are compassionate, deeply attuned to others, and skilled at sensing what's not being said. Their presence can feel like a shelter to friends, family, or colleagues. But the blind spot tends to be porous boundaries. They may give so much that their own needs get overlooked. An immediate step: set aside 10 minutes today for intentional self-care. Close your eyes, breathe, and notice one thing that nourishes you. If you're moved easily by others, keep listening. There's a thinker's archetype around the corner. Seeker, dates 3, 9, 18, 25. Seekers are drawn to knowledge, meaning, and the deeper patterns that hold life together. They often bring curiosity, humor, and a love of exploration. They're the ones asking questions that open rooms. Their strength lies in seeking clarity, whether through study, travel, or conversation. A frequent struggle is staying present. Seeker energy can turn every experience into a problem to solve rather than a moment to inhabit. Try this. Pick one ordinary experience today, a meal, a walk, a conversation, and savor it without analysis for 5 minutes. If the taste of curiosity resonates, don't go away. Next is the artisan's touch. Artisan, dates 4, 10, 17, 27. Artisans tend to make meaning with their hands or hearts. They are creative, detail-oriented, and quietly humble. Their work often transforms everyday material into something beautiful or useful. Their strength is in steady craftsmanship and willingness to refine a craft over time. The usual challenge is perfectionism or self-critique that stalls creative flow. A practical action: create something imperfect for the joy of the process. Write a 5-line poem, sketch for 10 minutes, or cook without a recipe. If that gentle invitation to play appeals to you, stay tuned. Next comes a different relationship with mystery. Mystic, dates 5, 7, 19, 28. Mystics are comfortable with mystery. They're contemplative, receptive, and often drawn to practices that slow perception, meditation, solitude, or ritual. Their strength is an openness to the unseen and an ability to find meaning in silence. The flip side can be existential rumination or feeling untethered when answers don't come. Try a short sitting practice. For 3 to 5 minutes, notice thoughts as they arise without chasing them. Simply observe. If a taste for the unseen fits, keep listening. We shift now to a quieter, inward-turning archetype. Hermit, dates 11, 24, 30. Hermits value solitude as a source of depth. They are reflective, thoughtful, and often find clarity when alone. Their inner life is rich and disciplined. This inner orientation is a gift for insight, but it can drift into isolation if connection with others is neglected. A practical prompt: plan one meaningful conversation this week.
Reach out to someone you respect and schedule a focus chat, even if it's brief. If the idea of retreating to go inward resonates, hold on, there's a guiding outward-facing archetype next. Guide light. Dates: 12, 13, 21, 29. Guide lights tend to be steady beacons for others. They are dependable, supportive, and often find themselves in mentoring or caregiving roles. Their presence can feel stabilizing to those around them. Their strength is offering practical guidance with patience. A common challenge is over-responsibility, taking on more than they can sustainably hold. Try this. Ask a trusted peer for one piece of reciprocal feedback this week. Make it specific and invite balance. If being a steady presence feels familiar, stay tuned. Our last archetype tends to shake things up. Rebel. Dates: 14, 20, 22, 31. Rebels bring a spark of disruption. They are authentic, bold, and skilled at seeing where systems or habits have become stale. Their energy often ignites change.
Third, treat your archetype as a dialogue partner. Imagine asking it a question, "What do I need to hear today?" and listen for the quick, honest reply your inner voice offers. Before we close, a couple of gentle reminders about how to approach this system ethically. Use these labels as language for self-observation, not as a verdict on someone else's worth. Avoid saying, "This is your destiny," or insisting others accept the descriptions as absolute truth. Instead, frame them as tools or mirrors to be used with kindness and curiosity. Keep your language humble, may resonate, often, tend to, so you're inviting conversation rather than declaring fact. I'd love to hear which archetype fits your birthday and how the prompt lands for you. Drop your birthday and the archetype that resonated in the comments. Briefly share one insight or one small experiment you'll try this week. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing and sharing with someone who's curious about self-knowledge. Unlocking your spiritual archetype, what your birthday number reveals, is meant to be a gentle starting point, a way to notice recurring patterns, a shortcut to naming strengths, and a prompt to try one small change. Take what helps, leave what doesn't, and use the rest as fuel for honest growth. Take care, keep exploring, and come back anytime you want to look at another part of your map.